Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I just bought a new car, but it's not for myself, it's for you guys. Let's check it out. Yeah. This 2001 Z06 can be yours and $10,000 cash. All you have to do is buy merch on our website. Every dollar is one entry to win this car. It's a 2001 Z06 and it's only got 17,000 miles on it. We got really excited about this car because when we found it and looked at it, it was like walking into a Chevy dealership in 2001 and seeing a brand new Z06 on the showroom floor. Our boys Randy and James came in and spent hours detailing this car, buffing it and making the paint look new. It's got 385 horsepower, but that's not enough. So we're gonna be going down to Kansas City tomorrow. We're visiting our friends at ProCharger to add a supercharger to this car. And while we're down there, we're gonna visit Weld Wheels and pick up some CCW wheels to make this thing look really nice. So when one of you guys wins this car, you're gonna absolutely love it. Let's go hit the road. All right, we have made it. The ProCharger dyno. Oh, look at this. Got all laid out for us. This is gonna be a fun project. Let's get this thing unloaded. Pop up and down headlights. We made it. We're here at ProCharger. Time to add some boost.
I thought there was like 4 of you.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going good.
Eric, the myth, man, the myth, legend.
Dude, this thing is so clean.
What do you think? Yeah, I know.
So clean.
Look at the engine bay.
I was like, they were like, how many miles do you think are on it? I'm like, I don't know. It looks really clean on the photos. Probably like 40,000. He's like 16.
Yeah, 16. This plastic might be from the dealer. I'm not sure. Look at just this part in here is just like, it's got water on it now. This might be the first time it's ever been rained on.
Probably.
The carpet's like mint.
It's like nobody ever put anything.
Well, I highly doubt it. 16,000 miles. People weren't like, hey, let's go to the grocery store.
Yeah. All right, so we got the car up on the lift, but first we're gonna do a baseline, see how much power this thing makes before it's supercharged.
Indeed.
All right, place your bets. Dollar bets? Dollar bets?
350.
350? One? Really? Okay. What, is this a dyno jet?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
348.
We'll go 346.
Johnny?
352, Bob.
What? You guys think it's gonna be that high? I'm going 331. It makes 385 to the crank. Makes 385 to the crank. I might be cheating a little bit. We may have baselined the Unicorn a few years ago. Suckers. Ha.
Was it exactly what you said?
No, 331, I think is what I went with. More power, dang. Nice. Look at that look at that flat curve right there. Damn.
Okay, so normally this would have come to you in a box, you know, a FedEx guy's gonna drop it off and you can undo it, but we did that for you. Owner's manual, every step of the way, totally detailed, ready to rock and roll. Now, the C5 kit is different than almost every kit we have in the fact that it has 2 intercoolers. So these are 2 air-to-air intercoolers that'll mount up in those sweet ducts. The self-contained P1SC blower, so pretty much run-of-the-mill. If this car made like 650, we probably would have done a P1X on it, but the P1SC, old school, still like the best bang for the buck for this car. bracket, all billet, rotary tensioner, spring loaded. And then, again, like I said, you're not cutting this car, you're not modifying this car, you're not doing anything. We even supply you a new cradle, which bolts up to the car, and then that's what moves the radiator and condenser just a little bit, so that way we can clear the blower and the inlet and everything. So, but other than that, it's all the tubing, it's all powder coated. Giant bag of hoses and clamps. I know. Air filter, fuel injectors, oil for the blower, and old school.
Oh dang.
Diablo handheld. So basically we're going to pull the original file out of the car with this. So then what you'd do is you'd normally email ProCharger, we modify the file, forward the boost, and send it back to you. So usually one couple hour turnaround if it's during the day. Otherwise, if you're doing it on a weekend, you know, send it to us on a Saturday, we'll give it to you on Monday.
Other than what's here, what else do we need?
No, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
So you guys supply everything you need to supercharge the car?
Everything, yeah. So
what's the retail on this kit?
I don't have any idea.
So looked it up, jags.com, $76.85 is the cost of the ProCharger kit.
He was looking at it.
Now you know.
76. But think about that. You can, it's $7,600. If you're a do-it-yourself kind of guy, you don't have to get anybody else involved. If you had this car and you got your kit on a Friday, you could bolt it on in a weekend in your garage and you're rocking and rolling. So no month downtime, no, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
All right, so what are you going to start with? What's the order of things here?
Just getting stock components off, air inlet, air filter, getting valve covers off, and getting everything open up and ready to put the go-fast parts on.
While we're in Kansas City at ProCharger's headquarters, I figured we'd take advantage of the opportunity to go stop and see where ProChargers are born. Just a couple blocks away. Eric's excited. We're gonna hop in the ProCharge C8, head over there in style. This is a nice car. She's a little whiny though.
She tends to whine.
The Woody Wagon.
Yeah, he's at it forever. Oh, look what showed up today.
Oh, yes.
1,200 horsepower Lightning sitting in the parking lot. Yeah.
Nice.
It's like 1,100 to the wheels. So.
Holy crap. Oh, yeah.
All right, while you guys are here, we're going to show you how ProChargers are born, and it starts with raw material. Every 3 days, this stuff gets cycled through and turned from raw billet into kick butt boost. The cool thing before we go any further is the fact that when ProCharger has an American flag on the corners of our shirt or in the bottom of all of our ads, we're serious. Everything is made here right in the USA. That raw billet that we talked about, this turns into a bypass valve, this is going to turn into an impeller, and this is probably going to turn into a pulley or a spacer, but every single thing gets cut down and then heads to the CNC machines for its final milling. Other than billet impellers, every ProCharger has a billet gear case. And what's cool is when we make the front and back gear case, they're made at the same time on the same machine to make sure that they're as close to a perfect fit as possible. But we don't just assume it's a perfect fit, and we'll get to that later. Also, these are my favorite blowers. These are P1Xs, and all these are going to be somebody's kick butt P1X. Those are P1SCs, also awesome.
But this is what's going on the C5, is this stack right here.
Yep, 100%. All right, whoever wins that Corvette, this is what your impeller started out as. Well, actually, it started out back there, and then this is what it ended up as. And we're gonna take this impeller and go down into show you the blower room where it all gets put together. Someone asked me how many superchargers we make, and the real short answer is a lot. So these are blanks for all the trims that are getting cut. P1SCs, D1SCs, D1Xs, P1Xs, F1As, F1A 94s, and all the likes. So we have impellers for virtually almost any race car engine on planet Earth. So it doesn't matter if you're making 150 horsepower or 3,500 horsepower, we can make you a supercharger. So seriously, 150 horsepower supercharger impeller blank, 3,500 supercharger horsepower impeller blank. Big to little. Same thing. We don't just make superchargers, we also make bypass valves. So you have a whole, these are about to turn into race valves for like pro mods.
The part that makes the whoosh whoosh sound.
Yeah, whoosh whoosh, boost boost.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a lot of bypass valves to get made. Oh yeah. Oh!
Blowers on blowers. Oh.
Oh man.
Got colors and everything.
So in the blower room, it doesn't matter if it's a big race blower or a street blower, marine blower, or motorcycle blower. They're all built here by these awesome guys. So behind me, we obviously have some Fs, smaller Fs, a marine blower going on probably whatever, 525, motorcycle blower, plethora of probably F blowers. All right, so these are gonna be really fast street cars. Everybody loves a good F1A or F1A 94. And then over here we got some P1SCs and D1SCs, P1Xs going out. And then obviously the big boy race drives. Even the intercoolers are made here in-house, welded in-house. Everything's fabricated right here, from end tanks. We don't make the intercooler cores. We actually we work with a lot of manufacturers to make sure that the cores are perfect. And again, still all made here in the USA. Before anything ever makes it to the shipping department, it has to get by Kyle. Kyle is going to make sure that these impellers, gear sets, and anything are 100% to print. And if they are out by anything, gotta go. Kyle is not here to make friends. He is here to make perfect parts. So just so you all know, we run all the parts through this shop before they ever go down there, so that way you guys never have to worry about anything other than perfection. This room is dirty. It's always dirty, but this room holds a little piece to every single person that builds a supercharger, because every single ProCharger has to pass the test. So not only does Kyle have to make sure the parts are good enough to be put together, once they are put together, they then get run in, broken in, heat treated, and all that. So right here, I have a big block Chevy that has one job and one job only, and that is that every single F-Series blower, so meaning F1 all the way to an F3X, has to get run in by this machine, giant engine, and pass the test. Same with, oh, right down below us here, every single street blower, so P1SCs, P1SCs, D1X, D1X, all of them are going to get run in on every machine. So it's just that peace of mind that your blower has been run and tested before it ever makes it down to shipping. So now we're in the shipping department, and what I want to talk about here is the fact that when you order a ProCharger kit, they're not already pre-boxed. They're made for you. So when you order your kit, we build it that day, starting for you, which I think is kind of cool. Here's the start of getting them boxed up. We'll come through here. Each one has like bagged assemblies, the bypass valve, the ECM stuff, PCV bag, tubing, crank pulley,
Blower.
supercharger.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Yeah, that's the textured
black.
Textured black. This is before all the wrapping goes into it and it gets banded and that. And I will say this, these boxes are heavy. This is about as big as you're gonna get and get shipped second day air anywhere. So one's about to get banded, so.
Nice.
Somebody's
the final step right there.
Somebody's boost is about to leave the door. So this about wraps it up. So here's a whole bunch of blowers that got to start making their way into the boxes for people for actually Corvette kits. There's a bunch of blowers behind you, blowers over here, and that's it. Come here, come here. So this one's about ready to leave the door. And again, if you guys ever have any questions about the process, or if we have a kit for your car, reach out to us, call us. We have a huge phone staff of awesome guys up front and gals. Any tech question you can think of, almost some tuning questions. Again, they're great. Everybody here's an enthusiast. We all love 1320. If you want to get supercharged and make boost the easiest way, reach out. We can help you. Before we head back to the C5, we just left ProCharger's headquarters, and now we're going to move next door to Innovair, which is ProCharger's industrial division. We actually have 2 more buildings on this street, but they're more for offices and marketing and accounting and stuff like that. So let's go check out the big boy fun stuff. Okay, I said fun, but what I should have said is practical. So even though ProCharger is really good at supercharging race cars, we're also really good at moving air for industrial stuff. Very practical applications, and we're really good at it, and we're really good at saving money and saving the environment. So what a lot of people don't know is if you fly on an airplane almost anywhere in the world and it has to get de-iced, chances are a ProCharger did it. It doesn't matter if you're flying on a Southwest jet or you're in Air Force One. If it needs to get de-iced, we supplied the air to de-ice the aircraft. So behind me is our aerodynamic test chambers, which is cool to have for an industrial side, and that also helps us build really cool race blowers. So behind me is a super neat area where we can test superchargers to the infinite degree to make sure that we have the most efficient blower possible. It's pretty awesome. So in the building over there, we're taking superchargers to spin air into motors. Over here, we're taking electric motors to turn superchargers. And the name of the game over here is to make these motors as small as possible and make the least amount of horsepower, because that means big energy savings when it comes to the companies that rely on these.
All right, back to the C5. All right, time to boost it officially. Wow, looks good in there. She's officially pro-charged. Not gonna make any boost right now, but it's looking good. So the boys are busy working on putting the ProCharger on the car. I'm gonna be heading about a half hour from here to go to Weld Racing Wheels to pick up some CCWs I mentioned to you guys. We're gonna get our first look at what wheels are going on this car. Just showed up to the headquarters here at Weld Racing Wheels, and they actually own CCW, which is the brand that we're putting on the car. They own ADB1 and a few other wheel lines. Most of it's made here in Kansas City. There's some in California, but we're gonna go pick up the wheels here and check out the manufacturing, just get a little inside look of where these wheels come from. Hey, what's up, Jeremy?
What's going on, brother?
How's it
Welcome
going?
to 1320 Cribs.
That's right, that's right.
Take you over to it.
Hold on. Look at this. Carbon barrels, dang. A stack of them too.
You gotta bring carbon into it. So.
All right, let's go see where these wheels are made.
Yeah.
And I understand you guys just got done making our wheels.
Literally just finished them yesterday.
Pretty sweet.
There you go, sir.
Safety first. Holy crap.
216-ish thousand square feet here. Got a mezzanine upstairs as well with forging storage and some of our Flowform product, our Weld RF, our Forge Star product is upstairs as well. But
You guys have a bunch of wheel brands.
all the forge
in here.
production for Weld and CCW happens right here on this floor.
No
So.
kidding.
Yep.
What, at any given point in time, about how many wheels do you have finished in here? I know inventory is rough right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Like at peak
like
inventory.
everybody, we've got supply chain issues, waiting on like the actual forging material. But
Yeah.
I mean, we kick out probably 8,000 to 9,000 wheels a month.
Wow.
So
That is a lot of wheels.
yeah, so I mean, we stay busy. Obviously, we try everything we can to keep our lead times down. That's always going to be a challenge. But when
Really
you're
hard
talking
right
that
now.
many wheels to make, it's just a matter of how fast can you crank them out. You know, that's what it comes down to. Kind of start the beginning phase of a wheel being made. So that's our CNC floor. So we've got obviously all of our centers, whether it be for a Weld RTS or RT line, V-lock rings, everything like that. All gets cut right here on the CNC floor. CCW classic centers.
Oh yeah, those are some of my favorites right there.
We're not getting away from center production. We do all rim shell production on the floor. We'll get into that a little too top secret, but essentially we've got a lot of rim shells that have been made.
What are they called?
Just rim shells.
Rim shells.
So just your inners, your outers. You know,
Gotcha.
So the shells we make, but we do just bucket load. So what we've got here is just a quick display of how a raw forging comes into us from our supplier. We've got raw 6061 aluminum. That's going to get turned down depending on what wheel it's going to be. That's going to get turned down and laid to its overall profile shape.
Okay.
In this case, we're going to send it out for anodize. So it gets fully polished here in-house, gets sent out for a nice black anodized finish. When it comes to us from anodize, that's when it gets put up in the machine that we're watching and our design work gets created.
From seeing a wheel looking like this, not quite what I pictured it starting as. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of people don't get the very first step of how a wheel gets made.
Yeah,
so
I was wondering how the anodizing worked on a machined wheel.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think it comes in later, like it's a fit, like typically like a powder coat or paint, you come in and finish it at the end, but you actually do the whole thing first, then come in, and the machine will create that look. So
that's cool.
We're looking at assembly parts here. So these are all basically rim shells before they get put with the centers and created into a wheel. So we've got obviously varying sizes and diameter and widths depending on the application and what the customer is needing. But that's kind of their staging area after they kind of get finished in their process of being formed into shape, the centers being taken out of them, and then we'll move into assembly after this, and that's where all the puzzle pieces get put together and a wheel gets created. So moving into the assembly side of the building, this is basically going to be all stock finished goods ready to be put together. So when an order comes through, they're going to they're going to pick parts that are going to assemble that specific order for that customer. Come in, we start to see centers now that these guys have got parts to fit from, so depending on the wheel.
Oh yeah, wow.
Everything is staged by, in RTS we've got pad heights. So depending on the brake clearance that we need for application, we've got a low pad, a medium pad, and a high pad is how we determine that in RTS. So what we've got here is our assembly line. This is really where the magic happens. All the individual pieces come together for the order. They're going to get fixtured and then welded. Everything's going to get prepped, cleaned, final wipe down, gets put into our fixture machine and gets welded.
So you just fit it in there and it welds itself.
It's got a turntable.
Yeah.
So everything's set, it's just going to spin itself all the way around. So here's that final step. So we're going to, after everything's been cleaned up, we take our packaging very serious. Last thing we want is something to show up damaged. So we've got hairnets to protect the finish of it. We've got special cardboard cutouts that are going to lock that wheel inside the box so nothing's going to slide around. Taped up out the door. Now obviously, we didn't just come here today to look at how a wheel's made. I think we got something you need to pick up while you're here.
Our wheels, yes. The suspense has been killing me. Let's see what we got for the C5 Z06 that we're giving to you guys.
We're going to miss an opportunity to be a part of such a great promo. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right here is our
all right, I need a little time alone right now. Woo! Those are sexy. And literally just hot off the press.
Just came off the press, exactly. So we've got our 1810, 1811 C5 setup. It's an SP505 series wheel. It is one of my favorite wheels on a C5 vet, so I'm thrilled that we can be a part of this project, and whoever wins this car is going to be stoked.
Oh yeah. When we were looking at wheels and you sent me these, I got excited because my original C5, my first Corvette I ever bought, had a similar set of wheels, split 5-spoke. Exactly. It had some rivets on it, but these wheels look so good on C5s.
It's a timeless wheel for a timeless car. I mean, you can't really beat the C5Z. It was such an iconic piece, and it still is. It's one of the best bang for the buck cars you can still get. So,
what's the set of these wheels cost?
Retail on something like this in the 18s, you're going to be right about $6 grand for a polished set. Obviously, we do some custom finishes and brush work, things like that can vary the price. But
well, thanks for the tour and showing us around.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure.
I've always been curious to see what it's like down here because I knew all the wheels were made right here in Kansas City, just 3.5 hours away from home.
That's right. Yep. Like I said, 55 years have been down here pumping out wheels. So.
Yeah. Badass. Thank you, Jeremy.
Absolutely, brother.
Appreciate
Good seeing you.
All right, we're going to load up these beautiful CCWs that we're going to be putting on the C5 Corvette, get them out and balanced on the tires, head over Pro Charger, see how things are going there. And just a reminder, these wheels, the Pro Charger kit, and the C5 and 10 grand can be you guys' one lucky winner. All you have to do is go to our website, buy some merch, and every dollar you spend is one entry. Got the wheels dropped off for mounting and balancing. Back to Pro Charger here. Let's see what kind of progress we're looking at on the Pro Charger kit. Ooh, I see an intercooler. Where are we at?
I got the intercoolers buttoned up, putting all the hosing, tubing on, your flip drive, accessory drive for the alternator and power steering pumps on, blowers fully on.
Nice.
All the belts, pretty much everything up top. Just doing some final little intercooler piping and pushing along.
Making some good progress. Oh, there's the last part.
We got to put the Diablo handheld. So,
Nice.
yeah, so while those guys are doing that, we'll pull out the factory tune and start working on putting the supercharger program in it.
So when we first started talking about pro charging this car, I felt a little bit guilty about taking it from mint stock form under the hood to putting a supercharger kit on there. But now that I see all this installed, I think we made the right choice. The boys at the shop are about a solid full day's worth of work in on the C5. This is the last day I'm gonna be here in Kansas City. Just got the call that the wheels are done, so I'm gonna head over, pick them up. I'm excited to see what they look like with tires on them. Ho ho ho. Look at that shine. Oh, yeah. Nice. Damn, they look even better with tires on. Look at that. Woo, there's the rears. The beefy boys. Those came out sweet. Ooh, yeah. Ready to go on the car. Big shout out to the guys here at Action Tire and Service in Shawnee for getting me in last minute and not scratching the wheels. I've really been getting the VIP service, and they were just telling me that the guy that works at Weld that actually did the final polish on these wheels stopped by last night, showed them some tricks on how to clean up the wheels before they give them back to the customers. What? I'm loving my time in Kansas City so far. Gonna head back to the shop, get the wheels ready to go on the car. We still have to lower it. We're waiting on lug nuts, so we'll be putting the wheels on later. But guys are working on the car, getting it ready for the first start. All right, we got the wheels back from the tire shop, but before they go on the car, called in some friends to help out with ceramic coating them. For whoever wins this car, you don't have to worry about polishing these things all the time. How's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. Kyle.
Kyle, good to see you.
You
Jason.
too.
Nice to meet you, Christopher.
Nice to meet you guys. You guys are from what shop?
The Magic Touch in Lewisburg, Kansas.
Sweet. So we're gonna get these wheels polished up, coated, so you guys don't have to worry about polishing these things every day to make them keep looking fresh. Hell yeah. And just like that, the wheels are ceramic coated. The Magic Touch crew out here doing work. It's time to put them on the car and see what this thing looks like. We're gonna lower it down a little bit because they are 4x4 from the factory, but I can't wait to see what these wheels look like. The C5 Corvettes are actually a lot of the Corvettes are one of the easiest cars in the world to lower. So now the backs, you can only go like 1.5 inches, maybe 1.75 inches. So people will buy longer bolts so you can lower these cars even more. They have like a leaf spring suspension in here, so literally this bolt you just tighten and loosen to adjust the height of the car. Pretty simple. Well, while we have the wheels off, let's just appreciate how freaking clean it is in here. Literally, the brake ducts are brand new. The fender liner is brand new. A little bit of rubbing here. No, not really actually. A little bit of road dust. Whoever gets this car is gonna be a very lucky person. I am jealous, except all my cars are white. Color scheme just wouldn't work in my garage. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, she's got the wheels on, she's lowered. When we get out of the shop, we'll really get a good look at what this thing looks like. The springs have to settle a little bit too, so it still looks 4x4 mode. We're not gonna lower it too much, because the first C5 I ever owned was lowered like 3 inches. I bottomed the crap out of that thing everywhere I went. I ended up raising it back up. So we're gonna keep this thing medium 4x4 mode, so that we don't damage it before one of you guys wins this. Install wheels, lower car. Last thing to do on the dyno. Oh, listen to it. Wow. Nice. Hell yeah.
All right.
Nice work. Hell yeah. Good work, guys. Damn, that blower's loud. Holy crap, this is sweet. A noisy boy on here now. Holy cow, it's really loud to hear. I like that. All right, blower's on, sounded good. It's time to turn this thing on, put on the dyno, see how much power it's gonna make here. We made 334 factory. We had the 5-pound pulley on this. Whoever wins this, if you wanna crank up the boost, that's on you, but we just wanted to do the hard work, get the blower on here, and then if you, whatever you wanna do with it, once you win it, you can do that. So what's your guess, Eric?
Normally when we do like 8 or 9 pounds and we're sending it, that's like 200 horse. So I want to say it's going to be, we're like half that boost. So I'm going to say, we're not going to be half the power, not 100. So I'm going to say 150, so 480.
All right, 480. Tyler?
475.2.
Okay.
484.
484. Raven?
472 and a half.
All right. I'm gonna go 470. I'm gonna be conservative. Let's see what it makes. You and Johnny are like right in between tied.
484. 480.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But wait, it was 482 point. Oh, no, that's you. You're closer. There you go. Five doll hairs.
That's 5 pounds.
5 pounds. 30.
You know how many pounds it is?
5 pounds right there. All right, so 482 horsepower in the Z06. Pretty impressive gain for just bolting on a 5 PSI blower in 2 days. Pretty badass for Pro Charger to invite us down here and put the blower on here for us. It was a really cool experience. All right, so we made 482 horsepower on a really solid power band right here. Just keeps climbing, and the RPM, raised the RPM up a little bit, and it made 5 pounds of boost all the way up to 6,500 RPM, and then it made 6 pounds right at the end, right at the tail end. It just keeps going. So 5.9 pounds right on the top end. All right, we're making some power now. It's time to pull this thing out, see those beautiful CCWs in the sun, and take it for the first drive. This thing came out perfect. Look at the wheels on there. Obviously it could be a little bit lower. Whoever wins this can lower it down to whatever they want to. It sounds amazing with a little Pro Charger whine on there. The only thing left is the first drive. Let's hop in. Ooh, you can hear the blower right away. Pulls way better than factory now. I mean, we added 150-ish horsepower, so you would expect that. But the crazy thing is, it's still really quiet, considering it's making 500 horsepower to the wheels, basically. I'm impressed. It feels good. It actually hooks up pretty good on these tires.
Yeah, no, it looked awesome.
Well, after a few short days here in Kansas City, I am extremely happy with how this car came out. Whoever wins this car is just going to be in love with it. Perfect street car, 500 horsepower to the wheels almost, with a brand new Pro Charger and some beautiful CCWs. Big shout out to Pro Charger and Weld Racing for opening their doors and showing us around, and for their support on this project. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. That's going to do it for this video. We'll catch you next time.